Grandpa and Josh Groban.
Thank you.
What can I say? He's back where he belongs. It's Josh Groban, everybody. February 16th, it's my niece's birthday.
Happy birthday.
Isabella.
Happy birthday, Niecey.
Oh,
It is so lovely to see you again.
It is lovely to see you.
It has been a hot second, but
I know.
but how sweet it is to be.
How sweet it is. And what I really liked is one night I was walking. I was where? Oh, I was.
You were walking and talking.
I was walking and talking on the phone. I had to meet my son. My son runs track, and he had pulled his back. He hurt his back, and he went to physical therapy.
Right.
So I was going to pick him up, and I was trying to get him to explain to me. I was trying to get a 14-year-old to explain to me where he was. And so I was like, okay, are you in a building? And so I see a man carrying a bag of groceries who looked exactly like Josh Groban.
Who was he?
And it was Josh Groban.
Oh, it was me. It was me.
It was so exciting.
I was a little bit ashamed at how many groceries I had just for myself.
I was like, do you have a family of 8?
I've been on like I snack attack when I come to New York because these places are open all night. You go to a place like Dean and DeLuca and you
everything.
Just everything, and you just walk in and you're like, I'm just gonna get a bag of chips and a
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And a sausage and
sausage and chocolate-covered edamame beans and whatever.
Yeah.
Like, they just have the weirdest stuff I didn't even know I would possibly want. And you just find yourself...
And that smell really does stimulate your hunger.
You wouldn't think the pizza station combined with the chocolate station combined with the fishmonger would all combine for a good smell, but it does.
It's all so good.
It makes me want to cook.
Yeah, well, it doesn't make me want to cook. It makes me want to buy prepared foods.
Maybe that's... I get those two feelings confused sometimes. Yeah.
And then I spill them onto the dish and I say, look what mommy cooked.
Look what I did. Yeah, that's what I say to my dog. I say, look what daddy made. and then
but you've been spending a lot of time in LA.
I've been spending a lot of time in Los Angeles.
So what do you do in LA? Like, do they have Dean and DeLuca type places where you can go and...
The snack game is a little different in LA. It's so health conscious in Los Angeles that it's fun. But I have my spot.
That's why everybody looks so good out there.
They're just
they're fit.
Ankle weights to the Dean and DeLuca. I went back to LA for a couple of reasons. One, I mean, I was born and raised there. My parents are there. My brother's there.
And when you go back, do you go, I'm going back to Cali. Cali. I'm going. Yeah, I love that song.
Jay Grow. No, that's karaoke. No, I went back to see my family and I went back to start the new record. I'm about 4 songs into the new record, and so it's all good.
I love it, Josh. Groban CD.
Groban CD.
I went to my friends, the Perskys, Saturday night for dinner, and
shout out to the Perskys.
Shout out to the Perskys, and they were raving about you and saying how much they love seeing you on the show. And as they said that, the CD changer, they have one of those automatic CD changers, it changed and up popped your voice. It was so weird. It was like you were controlling everything that was happening.
Omnipresent.
Powers.
Yes, that's right. No, it's been great. I love Los Angeles. I love the sun. Was super excited to see a little bit of snow the other day in New York. Coming back here and just feeling like you're in that snow globe again is really, really fun because we don't get that. It hailed once when I was 10.
It wasn't really snow. We had
but that's it.
We had the Giants parade, and that was just ticker tape. It wasn't snow.
It was just dandruff from the windows. Yeah.
But so, how long does it take you? Because I'm always curious about this. How long does it take you to put an album together?
Honestly, it depends on who you're working with. I like to work kind of quickly. I know my fans will be like, oh yeah, right, every 3 years. Good, that's real quick.
Yeah, but you're like a perfectionist.
But I like getting in, the lab and really just making sure everything is as perfect as possible. So sometimes it's a little bit difficult to finally say, let it out, let the baby out into the world. It's done now. Let it go. But this one is going fairly quickly, so I'm excited about that. But generally, it can take anywhere from a year to 2 years, depending on what you're doing. With my stuff, because it's so kind of orchestral, sometimes it takes a little bit longer. Yeah.
And so you have to fly back and forth every time you record something.
Back and forth. I'm getting to know the airline people very well.
How do you fly? Can I ask you a question? Do you
Yes.
fly coach or first class, or how do you normally fly?
Well,
Because there's
I
a
have my
health
own
article.
Personal hovercraft that I.
Yeah. Oh, good.
It was the
How
furnace.
nice.
It's a Louis Vuitton seats and diamond encrusted hover. No, it depends.
I suspect that you would fly in a hovercraft.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yes, sometimes.
There's this article about, because I had always heard, you know, like, you hear all of these crazy stories, like they go, well, if you're in a plane crash, you don't want to sit in first class because those people are the first to die. I'm like, I think you're all pretty much dead.
That's exactly why I like sitting up there.
Drops out of the sky. Yeah. Chances are you're all goners. Really, who's like, oh, I died in 9 seconds and you died in 9.14 seconds. It's dead as dead.
Yeah.
But they're saying that blood clots, they used to say, were caused by sitting in economy class. And now they're saying it really has nothing to do with economy class versus first class. They're saying it's the window seat because you sort of get the least amount of, you don't want to get up and disturb everyone by getting up, stretching,
so you're
running.
Put,
so you're
sitting. You don't want to climb, because that's a really awkward climb over the knees.
Climb over the knees.
Do you go back first or do you go front first? I never know.
It's a lose-lose.
I never know.
It's a lose-lose.
Because it is a lose-lose. Because it's true. Because it's when you've got to go, and you're gonna wake them up.
Yeah, it's
and they're gonna either be looking at your tush or they're gonna be looking at so. The bulge. So
right.
it's well, I can see bulge on TV. This is a bulge. That's a bulge.
I think we just discovered the title of your new CD. The Bulge.
I'm speaking, of course, of my fanny pack, but
Yes,
you guys,
of course.
my Louis Vuitton fanny pack that I wear on my hovercraft.
Right.
But it's true. I never. It's very awkward. I would actually be that person that holds it and gets the blood clot along with probably some other issues.
I would not want to disturb the other passenger.
No.
So once I'm in, and I'm not moving. So that I would be one of those people. And they say the risk of developing a clot on a long flight is 1 in 500. But so
I don't like those odds.
I know. It seems like a lot.
Oh, the amount of people that fly, yeah.
But they were saying that for years they used to call it the economy class syndrome, but it really has nothing to do with that. It's more sitting in the window and not wanting to disturb the other passenger.
My problem with the window seat is that I sleep against the window. I'll stay up all night because I'm kind of a nervous flyer. So I'll wake up with the worst crick in my neck from just leaning against the window in all these awkward ways.
You don't bring your own pillow?
No, I don't. No, I don't. So
I always see pictures of the Kardashians in airports carrying their own pillow, and I'm like,
I see that too.
Oh my gosh, I'm so busy carrying like the kids and their crap that it would never occur to me like grab my own bed linens.
Bring my own blanket. Yeah.
But here's a great flight, and because I'm sure you've flown to Singapore, right?
I have, yes.
Okay, so they have a $14,000 round trip ticket on Singapore Airlines.
I've heard about this.
Okay, it's a 19-hour flight. You get Dom Perignon, Givenchy dishes. Who even knew that Givenchy made dishes? I thought that was a clothing store. Upholstery by Poltrona Frau, which is probably expensive.
A pair of adult diapers, so you don't ever have to move. You don't ever have to move.
Exactly.
You just sit there and clot.
The seats are actually a toilet. The seat, you just go in the seat.
That's it. Just buckle up and hang in for the long haul.
The cabins, listen, you have a cabin. The cabins are spacious enough to have a guest. The television is 23 inches. It's almost too big, somebody says. When it's time to sleep, your seat doesn't turn into a bed. Your seat doesn't turn into a bed because that's so first class. The bed comes down off the wall.
The bed turns into you.
Yes.
Yeah.
The bed comes down off the wall.
That's insane.
$7,000 each way. $7,000.
I'm interested by this guest thing.
Yes, you can have a guest.
Like
I was like,
it's a conjugal
what does that
seat.
mean, guest?
Yeah. What? Yeah.
Would that require another $14,000
Exactly.
ticket?
Yeah, yeah.
Or is that included?
I don't know.
Does it come with a guest?
Yeah, exactly. Could I have another hot coffee, please? Thank you.
I know.
Well,
Would you pay for that? Would you, I wouldn't say you would, because I know that you are fiscally responsible, as am I.
Yeah.
Would you get the record
am.
company to pony up
$14,000.
I need the seat from a circulation.
If I thought it existed, I'd ask for it. But yeah, no, that's an awful lot. But 19 hours. I don't remember the last time I've flown for 19 hours straight. So I say probably not. But you know.
I remember the time I flew for 22 hours. I flew to Australia. I was pregnant with Joaquin.
Oh no.
I had a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old, and I remember when Mark met us at the airport in Queensland. He had flowers and he had tears in his eyes and he reaches his arms out to me and I literally handed him Lola and I was like, take your children. I was so tired. I had sweat stains, just like in rings.
It's awkward.
Lola slept for the first 10 hours.
Okay.
And then woke up. And Michael slept for the second 10 hours and then woke up.
So
and
they
for
had
20
shifts.
hours, I was awake.
Wow.
20 hours.
God.
I was.
And that greeting, that romantic greeting when someone waits for you at the end of a 20-hour flight is really awkward because they've had a shower.
Oh, yeah.
They've
Yes.
slept. They put on. They're ready to go.
He's ready to go. I looked like
And
an
you're
animal.
just walking.
Yeah. I had
I've got morning breath. Don't even do it.
I had a sweater on my teeth. It felt like my teeth felt fuzzy, like a sweater. And I was just like, and I remember I was one size when we took off, but I was so pregnant that I was another size when I landed. And I had unzipped my skirt in the back, and I never bothered to zip it back up.
I've done that with the,
It was just so, and he looked so handsome because he is. And then there I was, like a monster. I was like, you did this to me.
Yeah. Oh man, but you landed, and that's the important
I did
thing.
land,
Yes, you got there,
and then we were all reunited.
And you were hero mama. I mean, you are the hero mom of all time.
And the best is that Joaquin said he wants to go. He wants to go back. He wants to go back to Australia because he didn't have a good view of it last time.
Oh. He was asleep for that part.
Yeah, he didn't. I didn't have a good view. I couldn't see through your belly button.
Your little